Welcome back, everyone. Today we will be getting our first real look at the Lawless, and we will see some interesting developments, to say the least. I hope you enjoyed the video, so let's get on with it. We come back to the Lawless rescuing Zabi, and the rest of the group holds out hope that since they are human, they have a chance of cooperating. But it immediately gets shot down when their leader, Gore, sees that Zabi is a mage and plans to torture him to make him teach them how to use magic. The people from Parasitica tell them that he is a lost cause, since just being in contact with him could spread the parasites. But some citizens from Neoterra say that they will go and save them, since they can't do much anyway. So the Mecha Ordnance soldiers lay down unlethal fire, while the others go in to take Zabi. After getting him, they find some bikes nearby and use them to escape. But the Lawless are closely behind them, so they tell all of the regular people to go hide in an abandoned building. But they are too unstable to hide in, and on top of everything else, they are bordering a dangerous forest from Gaia's Wrath called the Crimson Forest. Sabiwa from Yggdrasil uses a root of the world to spread over a building, stabilizing it, so everyone can get in safely. The combat-oriented humans are not in a good spot, with ammunition low and the mages on low mana. So Masayoshi suggests that they use the space laser at low output to kill the Lawless, but for some reason, Thayer is hesitating to use it against humans, giving excuses while Moon stays silent since she knows he is lying. Grasp goes to try and negotiate with them, but one of the Lawless girls on their side just laughs at him, basically saying it's useless to try to reason with them. So he tries to bluff them by intimidation, and that fails, since their leader Gore already knows a lot about the other worlds, and puts together that they are lying, so proceeds to attack them. But then an entire army of stone-armored soldiers run down to confront them with Masayoshi at its head. He tells them that this is just a small part of their 3,000-strong army that is coming. And surprisingly enough, it works, and Gore orders his men to retreat for now. Our fighters are finally able to rest, and Zabi is wondering how Hollow is dealing with all of this. Then we cut over to Hollow's group having a meal. Pakya tells them about an ally fighter named Gigatilla, who in Pakya's words is even stronger than Hollow, ending the chapter. The Lawless had an okay showing this chapter, with only Gore proving that he is a threat. The other regular Lawless have not shown anything that makes them a real threat, and Gore seems to already know a lot about the other worlds, being able to tell that their ammo is low and that the mages are bluffing, even talking about the root of the world that we were just introduced to. But he did fall for the second bluff, but will be back most likely with the full force of the rest of his group. We also know now that our camp is right by the Crimson Forest, which seems to be one of the more dangerous areas from Gaia's Wrath. Now, I have a lot to say about our group this chapter. Our group, unfortunately, wasn't able to take a lot of the supplies when they teleported, leaving them low on every type of resource except manpower. A cool detail is that the Gaia's Wrath humans may have enhanced senses, since one of them was able to hear what the Lawless were saying from a long distance. And the humans from Neoterra just want to be of some use, since they feel grateful of all of the help the group has done for them. And they do a good amount of work, being able to wrestle Zabi from the Lawless and hotwire some bikes to make their escape. By the end of the chapter, they're okay that they got infected and are now taking care of Zabi. We also got introduced to a Yggdrasil member called Sabiwa, who seems to be able to use the World Tree roots to our benefit. So roots of the world can be used to quickly stabilize structures, so they can use them as makeshift bases, which is definitely a useful item. Now, my man Masayoshi was the star of this chapter. He stayed with the combatants because he reasoned it was safer with them, and suggested the logical thing of using the space laser to take the Lawless out, even remembering that they can just use the low output mode. But Thayer still has not gotten with the program, still thinking that they can talk it out, and gives a lie of an excuse that the system does not allow them to target humans. Now, it was dumb of him to suggest they waste the rest of their ammo, but it's forgivable since he is in panic mode. And others even call him a coward, which he definitely disproves this chapter. He took a mage back to the civilian group and made him cast a spell to give them temporary stone armor and weapons out of rubble, and successfully intimidated Gore into leaving. It's amazing that he thought of this on the fly, and he had to convince the rest of the people of the plan in mere minutes. He is truly our savior while Zabi is down for now. And there's nothing else that's new with Hollow's group except that Pakya thinks the world is flat, and that there may be an equivalent of a hero that Pakya may be able to lead them to. That's about it for this chapter, so I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to keep up with my uploads. And check out my playlist for the series, going over each chapter from the beginning. With all that done, I will see you guys later. Bye guys.